Welcome back. Well, if in this new year you are asking yourself, how do I become the best version of myself, personally, professionally, and purposefully, we might have some answers for you. Joining me this evening is Catharina Kreysel, a transformation coach who works with individuals seeking clarity, direction, and meaningful change. Catharina is also hosting a powerful session titled Tune into 2026 and Make It Yours, where participants will walk away with inspired action steps for the year ahead. Catharina, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Nina. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Let's get right into it, Catharina. When it comes to becoming the best version of yourself in the new year, where should people start before, making these big plans or big resolutions?
Yeah, I think the beginning of the year is a good time to just pause and reflect. Maybe looking back onto the past year and seeing what was good, what am I proud of, what did I achieve, but also what were, the tricky bits.
Yeah.
And there's quite a good coaching tool that's called the Wheel of Life. It's available online as a free resource, and that allows people to assess the 8 key areas of their lives to see where they are today and where they would like to be. And that gives them quite a good overview of which areas of their life need attention or need focus.
Yeah. Catharina, a lot more people, than we think, feel stuck, whether it's personally or professionally. But in your experience, what's the biggest thing that holds people back?
Well, I think we can't, in general, just say it's one reason. There are probably many different reasons, but let me pick out a few common ones. One thing is certainly fear of change. Yeah, rather staying with the known than freeing yourself up for the unknown.
Yeah.
Then our conditioning, so the way we grow up with our value set, our beliefs, our patterns. That's certainly something. Then maybe simply a lack of awareness. Yeah, people not taking time to reflect and take conscious decisions. That are just to name a few.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll find many more reasons.
Of course. When it comes to matters such as career and purpose, Catharina, what's one mind shift, that can completely change how someone approaches their work?
Well, I think a key aspect really is to take full ownership. So if you think of your life as a bus, you would want to take the driver's seat in that. Yeah. So understanding what is your circle of influence, where can you make decisions, where can you also rethink decisions once made. So where you once said yes, which might now be a no, how can you go about it and really make sure you design your life or your career or whatever it is.
You've got the session coming up, Tune into 2026, Make It Yours. Tell us a little bit about what it is that you'll be imparting to the participants and what it's centered around.
Okay. So yeah, this is really to allow people to set themselves up for this new year. Where it will be hosted in the beautiful Bell House, which is an art gallery and an atelier. So the backdrop will be very inspiring as such. We're doing an experiential workshop incorporating different coaching exercises for self-reflection. We also want to have a bit of fun and have inspiration from each other. And we would like to people to walk away with clarity, decisions, that what they want to get out of their 2026, and how to get there. So meaningful action steps, and maybe one or the other person will also walk away with a new friend.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
Well, talk to us about what you believe, what makes this session different from other, goal setting or motivational events, because it's quite popular at the beginning of the year that those do happen, and you see these, what do they call them? Vision board making sessions, etc.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between, what you're hosting and these other events that we see picking up popularity at the start of the year?
Yeah. I think there are many people and many events, so it's all fun. I guess it's the combination of personal style and coaching tools that I've seen work well and really make a difference for people to understand where they are and where they would like to go. Because we know that energy flows where attention goes. So where do we place our focus? And rather than just living our lives, you know, like a walk in the park, we can just be more purposeful and more meaningful. And then when we reach the end of the year and look back, then we can say, okay, I have set direction for myself, I've set goals for myself, and I can be so proud. This is what I've achieved, and this is where I've made a difference.
Yeah. In your professional opinion as a transformation coach, Catharina, you know, when you have a client, we know that, you know, making different choices and to be able to see the changes within the areas in your life that you want, whether it's personal, you know, if you're a student, academic, or with your work, you have to habitually make different choices until it becomes sort of second nature to you. And so how long does it take for one to then transform if I do apply the tools that, you know, a transformational coach would offer?
Well, it's difficult
or is it a lifelong journey?
I guess in a way personal development is in fact a lifelong journey. That's how I tend to look at it. The good thing about the human brain is that we know we are able to learn new things. Yeah, so the neuroplasticity allows us to actually leave old thinking patterns and start new ones. And it's a bit like a small putt in the veld. Yeah, you walk it all the time. And the wildlife also takes the pathway, so it will be that one. But if we start doing things differently and opening up a new pathway, and we start walking that and change our thinking patterns and our behavior, then we will have a new avenue, which will then be maybe more true to ourselves and more, more purposeful.
So. A lot of people, or some people, have debunked, you know, this notion about setting goals at the beginning of the year, or, you know, having these sort of agenda points that you'd like to achieve throughout a year. What are your thoughts on goal setting as a transformational coach? Is it good so that you track yourself? Because the thing is, a lot of people fall off. They start out strong, going to the gym, eating clean, and then June comes around and they're back to, you know, their same old way. So is goal setting a good thing, or is it, you know, your approach, or do you recommend taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, as a more realistic, you know, goal?
I would say both, because in general it's good to have some goals so that you have the broader picture of your life and where you want to go, what are things that you really want to experience in your life, what are your aspirations. So for that I think it absolutely makes sense to have bigger goals, but then in the day-to-day you need to break them down into smaller steps. And we're all different in our personalities. So some love the structure and the ticking off their checklists. Yeah. Others, like me, are more intuitive. So if a better goal comes around the corner, then I go with it. Yeah. So sometimes you have to be spontaneous
and flexible.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess it's about finding out what suits you and really staying true to yourself. So this authenticity part, I think, matters a lot. And you might have come across this saying, the most important day in your life is the day you were born. And the second most important day in your life is the day you find out why.
That's beautiful. And you just dropped another gem. I think a lot of people are so rigid about the goals that they set themselves in the beginning of the year, so that even if it doesn't work out, they don't give themselves room to pivot and to try something else or to adjust as they go along, which is absolutely fine to do, to abandon ship and go a different route. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely. And it's one of the things we're going to address in the workshop as well, because it's easy to participate in a workshop and be inspired by the vibe and the people, and then you leave it the next day you forget about it. So this whole accountability part is going to be part of the workshop as well. Yeah. So like, how do you make sure you carry through in the areas that really matter to you? So who can be maybe your support system, or how can you manage yourself a bit better? So yeah, it's something very important if you really want to bring about change.
Fantastic. Well, it's happening at Bell House. Give us dates and times, and if somebody wants some extra information, where can they get all of that? Is it on socials? And give us those social media handles. Yeah.
Exactly. You will find all the information at www.bellhouse, BELLHAUS.art. And the workshop is called Tune into 2026, Make It Yours. It's happening on Wednesday, the 14th of January in the evening from 6 until 9 p.m. Registration also goes via the website. There will be some snacks on offer for free and drinks for purchase. So yeah,
Fantastic.
do sign up. We have availability for 24 people. So about half of the spots are taken. Yeah, but we're very happy to make it a fun and inspiring evening.
Well, I hope it turns out exactly that way. Catharina, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. That was transformational coach Catharina Kreysel speaking to us there about an upcoming event. You can get all the details on the Bell House website, which is www.bellhouse.art. It's happening on the 14th of January.